All right, all right. Test, test. Are we live? Are we here? Hello? Sorry about this, guys. We have a little audio delay. Just testing. Here we go. Let's go. All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the second ever DG Bricks live stream. Today we're going to be building this set right here. Last week we built that set right over there. Man, where to start? This is, oh, I know where we can start because we have features now. Hold, please. Nice. See that? It's pretty cool. Okay, we're going to have to figure out our settings later, but we are looking at set number 7250, Clone Scout Walker from 2005. Actually, let's look at that brick set. Let's make it a little bigger. Bear with me, guys. Learning experience. Launched the 2nd of April, 2005. I guess this one stuck around until the end of 2006. That's a little interesting. Don't usually see that from the 05 sets. A lot of the 05 sets retired just at the end of that year. 05, the year Revenge of the Sith was launched. Pretty cool movie. Let's see. So that's really it. We're going to go ahead and get into things in just a moment. I actually do not have the instruction booklet, unfortunately. What I do have is 2 copies of the set. One is built, and one is unbuilt. So I'm thinking we'll build one. Let's just start by building one from scratch. Just get this out of here. Maybe put her there. Also, fun fact, I'm pretty sure this is my first Lego set that I ever received. I know it's my first Lego Star Wars set. We'll just say that. We'll just say it's my favorite, or my first Lego Star Wars set. Stocking stuffer with a little battle pack sized box. I'm pretty sure I pulled this out of my stocking in 05, it would have been. In any case, this is the earliest set I can remember. Came with one really cool minifigure. I think I have to put it in front of my face to get the autofocus, but see if we can get any closer there. Pretty cool printing, and it's yet to be topped, in my opinion. Now I do have a couple, more than one, of these figures. I actually have 4. The reason for that is I used to have 4 of this set, and now I only have 2, and the answer to that will be very apparent for longtime viewers of the channel. I lost my other 2 copies of the ATRT, along with a lot of my personal collection, in the Eaton Fire back in January in Altadena, California, where I'm from. So, fortunately, I keep most of my minifigures here behind me, so I didn't lose that part of my collection. So anyway, thought it'd be fun to jump in here and build a vintage piece of my childhood. Let me jump in here. Looks like we have a couple of viewers. Thank you guys for hanging out. Still very new to the YouTube streaming game. So it looks like this stream is for some reason behind by a bit. That's alright. I'm not worried about it. So, we've got our instructions up here. I did also lose my hard copy instructions, but that's alright. I think you guys can see it. Maybe not so much on the vertical. We do have our instructions. So, how do we, oh, one more thing. On the minifigures, 4 of them. Lego did remake this figure once, I think only in one set. The Battle of Salami, I always just call it. I don't know. They made a new version. Let's get that to focus. Come on now. Right here. If we can get that to work. So this one has one red arm, and I really wish I could get it a lot closer. Oh my god. Autofocus is impossible. I'm gonna have to fix that. So anyway, you pick. You be the judge. I think I'll take the 05 all day. Maybe that's just me. So we'll put these guys here. And let's get into the build. Put this, I don't know, over here. No, yeah. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. All right. We'll stick with that. See how far we get. Brick Domain, what's up, man? Fast Chess, you like Lego too? Who doesn't, man? How could you not? Brick Domain, I'm really happy you were able to jump in on this one. Out of curiosity, did anyone stick around for... I keep delaying the start of our walker build, but rest assured, it's about a 5-minute build if you're really hurrying, so we'll get there. Did anyone catch this from last time? 4483. I couldn't read the box on the stream, so I had to take a look. 4483 AT-AT from 2003, I think. Very first Lego AT-AT. We built that last time on the stream, or really I should say we built the first maybe fifth of the build on that on stream. Turns out old sets like this without numbered bags, over 1,000 parts on this one, 1,064. Really hard, really slow building at the start if you don't sort all your parts by at least color, because it's just a big mass of pieces. It's just like this, except 10 times more. But we did get it built, so we're gonna show that right now. Let's go. Ba-bam. Look at that. Oh yeah. I learned from last time. We are indeed using the turntable from the start. So, getting better, little by little. What do you guys think? I think it's a really cool set. Old dark gray. So, old dark gray. Weird. But all prints, I believe all prints, at least the 4 discs here, and the same on the other side. All prints. Similar play features as other AT-ATs. You got obviously Luke hanging there. Let me see if I can open it up. You do get some seating there for your couple of stormtroopers that come with this set. So yeah, apologies for that. If I had kept going at that rate on the stream, it would have been like a 6-hour stream, and I had things to do that day. I just had to go. So in any case, thank you for watching that, and if anyone would like to buy this and take it off my hands, send me a DM. That's what we'll say. So without any further ado, let's get into our build. Just gonna shake out. And we're not even one piece in, and we've already dropped a Technic axle. But that's alright. Looking good. Let's get our instructions up and start our build. Me and Kevin should have a build off. Honestly, I guess we could do we probably could do that. We probably could do that. That's a great idea. I don't know. This is a lot of technology for me. I mean, even my background is in video production, so I'm pretty well versed with cameras and recording and things like that. But live streaming, is a completely different animal. So we're getting into it. We're sorting it out. Oh, yo. Some vertical viewers. What's up, Jeff? I didn't even see you there. Asan Raza, nice to see you. Hello. Where was I? I feel like I'm really scatterbrained. We were talking about... Yeah, I don't know. I completely lost my train of thought. We got our instructions back. Oh, I was reading something off the horizontal. The build-off. With Asha's cottage. We should do a build-off. So what's funny, I won't show it on stream because technology, but you can go look. I'm sure it's still up right now. Walmart Asha's cottage, $20. I think that set is now 7 months retired? Or was that a 23? Honestly, I can't remember. But frequently available at 25. Okay, it was a 2024, looks like Asha's cottage was. Yep. October of 23 through December 24. So just a 15-month shelf life. And this is why you got to look at all the factors when you're considering investment, because you might just, if you only looked at shelf life, you might look at Asha's cottage and say, wow, Disney exclusive, like, not real exclusive. Disney, it's a Disney IP, and it's sold out, the history brick? No way, it's sold out. Well, I last looked a couple of years ago on Rebrickable with the Asha's cottage set, and there was nothing, which I think is very unfortunate, because clearly something's got to be done with all those copies of that set. Nobody wants the real build, and so I'm just saying, let's get to it. Let's someone build a mock using 6 of that set, and then we may see our demand pick up. Do we have our instructions on screen? I believe so. All right, so step 1. First of all, let's just have a look through these instructions. Short steps, no little sub steps. More than the instruction, what I want to look at are these alt builds right here. Aren't these something? Aren't these just something? They really used to go all out for these. What the heck is this scorpion thing? And this is a set that's small enough you actually could build the alt builds just off of a picture, or maybe like some old school forum research, excuse me. God, this technology is really killing me today. Oh well. The history brick asks, what do I think of the MTT? You mean the new blue and gray Clone Wars MTT? Is that 160 for the price? 170? I haven't yet looked at the Solid Bricks review. Let's have a look. Battle of Felucia Separatist MTT, 160 looks to be our price. Turbo Tank is also, 160 as well. So, yeah, I have a lot to say on pricing. I do believe in the theory that LEGO designed these sets to a lower price point, at least the Turbo Tank. And then at the last minute or somewhere later than design in the development process, I'm just guessing here, completely speculating, the bean counters upstairs, the accountants, got a hold of things and said, hey, we can charge a whole lot more for this. I mentioned this on the last stream. Toy making is a really competitive business. It's really kind of a difficult business. And Lego, being just a premier manufacturer, enjoys a lot of advantages, but other toy companies, even big ones like Mattel, Hasbro, other companies, it's kind of a boom and bust business. And so what I'm trying to say is, therefore, it's kind of a boom and bust business. Therefore, Lego, it's understandable that they would want to hoard cash, basically, and kind of, unfortunately, scalp their own fans when demand is high and conditions are good and they're making a lot of money. What can you really do? With that said, I do think they're taking it too far with this new MTT price. Oh shoot. I realized we still had the instructions up. Shoot. How do we let's fix it. There we go. Okay. Good enough. Technology. The history brick says the turbo tank completely crumbled when Solid Bricks tried to pick it up. I did see that little, I think it was like, I saw it on Reels or Shorts or something. Yeah, pretty funny. So, that's enough. Where was I? Dude, I go off on these tangents. It's unbelievable how, like, much on a tangent I will get. But getting back to these alt builds, they're cool. And maybe after this, we will try and take a crack at building one of these wackier ones. So, back to the top. Nice. Alright, let's get in. Looks good. So I suppose we should have deconstructed our minifigure before we even got into things. In any case, it's just that old style minifigure. You get your helmet and just the black head behind. Yeah, I'm not gonna disassemble this minifigure because I know I'm just gonna drop it and gonna end up on the floor. But back we go. Okay, step one. That's interesting that it says, first of all, flames look awesome. It's interesting it says, like the minifig isn't even step one. It's like, just do the fig, obviously. I can't remember if this set came with 1 bag or 2 bags from the factory, but in any case, they weren't numbered. So, Lego used to do a lot less hand-holding back in this old school time. So, we're going to start with 2x6 with holes. And I'm actually going to read the instructions off the stream, not off my PDF. See how that goes. So far, so good. We're going to take a little dark gray round 2x2 with the axle hole for step 2. Step 3, what's happening now? A lot of, oh no. Yeah. So in step 2, we had the previous part, we also had some of these, which are very apparent in this build, very abundant. Yeah, ignore my my Band-Aid. I guess colorful Band-Aids, part of stream lore now. Yeah, so in this era, Lego would have you apply multiple parts per step. And sometimes that got a little bit confusing. Alright, on to step 4. We are putting grate pieces on our sides there. Alright, looking pretty good there. On to step 5. We're going to take some tiles and tile off our, then we're going to take some 2x2s. Yep. Brickbite, hi! Hi all. Nice to see you. Oh, Jeff earlier on the vertical wanted to know, did I buy anything for Prime Day? I'm going to keep those cards a little close to my chest. I'll say, yes, I did. I bought at least one Disney camera. Thinking about a boutique hotel, but the longer that 160 deal stays up for the $230 boutique hotel, I definitely need to get one for personal, so I probably will spring for one. But as an investment, I think there's better. What's the phrase? Like bigger fish to fry, I guess is what I'll say. Not so much bigger, I mean, because that's a large set. I don't mean big by price point or piece count or size, but there are more promising opportunities elsewhere, shall we say. For example, our bugle, 20% off, so $350 down to $280 at Shop at Home. I like the Daily Bugle a lot at that price. Now, granted, it's Shop at Home, so you have to pay tax. Depending on your region, you're looking at closer to $300 or $310 by the time you're out the door. But you get VIP points on that, and you get this GWP. It's I forget the current one. It's like, I think it's a safari diorama, like Central African safari. I don't really know. It's not going that crazy, so not of interest to me. But if you want to talk about modular compatible retiring Lego sets this year, you got your Daily Bugle, you got your Boutique Hotel, you got your Jazz Quartet, of course, which released a year after Boutique Hotel and is scheduled to retire. So I think that's a 2-year shelf life for Jazz Club, excuse me, not Jazz Quartet. Jazz Quartet is right here. Funny enough. Wow, haha, look at that. I did not plan that. That's just been sitting there for a while. But that's your Jazz Club is your third modular. I guess the Sanctorum, I was thinking that already retired. But I do believe there's one more modular retiring this year. Can't really remember. Anyway. Yeah, lots of news. With the August reveals, August 1st, the MTT, the Turbo Tank. What else? Our V19 Torrent, your the yellow $45 Felucia battle pack. Like, it looks really cool. It's just, why is a battle pack $45? Like, call it a good guys versus bad guys battle at that point. Just call it a battle set. Like, it's not a battle pack. It's not an army builder. The Boutique Hotel, Brickbite says, hey, how's it going? The Boutique Hotel at 30% off is a steal. You got the Bookshop at 30%. Only 2 modulars retiring this year. Well, only 2 pure modulars, but if you consider the Bugle to be a modular, which I really do, seeing as it's compatible. I think it literally has the technicals. Bookshop at 30% off. Yeah, that would be great. Whatever happened with Bookshop, actually? Let's go on eBay. Because it came back into zombie stock, and it looks like now it's selling around $275. We'll say about $250 down to $275 on eBay. Looks like some as low as low 200s, so just right over MSRP. But I'm seeing a lot at $250, $260. We can look on Amazon. Amazon, Lego, Bookshop. I think it's 10270. $305 on Amazon. Pretty good. So yeah, if you got that 30% off, that would be $140 plus tax. We'll call it $150. and then if you can sell for 300 before fees, you've doubled your money. And then you have a couple. That's actually a perfect example because your purchase price from Amazon or your pre-fee gross sales are $305. A couple bucks gets taken up by your Amazon shipping. So really, it's a perfect doubling before accounting for Amazon's like 30% fees. But yeah, you'd be making money at that. If we wanted to, we could. Okay, here comes my shill. If we wanted to, we could plug that into our BrickBucks Ignite calculator. Excuse me. There are other Amazon fee calculators you can use, but yeah, that feature is built in. Okay. I'm completely kidding, by the way. Obligatory shill is done with. No, that we can reset our 20-minute timer. But anyway, yeah, I hear you. Modular's at 30% off as it pertains to the boutique hotel. Pretty good deal. I definitely see the appeal. So, where are we in our ATRT build? Just about to assemble our first little piece of Technic. That right here. And what's interesting about this set, one thing that's interesting, is they have you put these 1x1 cylinders kind of stuck backwards into this Technic piece, which kind of strikes me as an illegal technique. Like, maybe not, but it definitely does crimp down the top of the stud. And this part of the build has a tendency to fall off, is what I'll say. Let's get a better view there. So we're going to stick it backwards, right in there. One thing I'd love to do, actually before I get into that, just to wrap up Boutique Hotel. Brick Domain, you sold your police station modulars for $375 recently on Amazon. Yeah, great job. Not surprised. Man, well, I was surprised a year ago when that first, or 18 months ago when that first like exploded. Was it 18 months ago or 6 months ago? I honestly can't tell. Was that a 23 or 24 retirement? I think 23. Oh my god. 10278. Yeah, it was 23. So right about 18 or 20 months into retirement. It's pretty good math on that one. So I hear you on Boutique Hotel, and first, I mean, you guys have heard me on Brick Talk. I love that set. I think it's, yeah, Brick Domain 23. The color's beautiful. I mean, at least the top, the sand green, like, all time, one of the best modular colors. It is a little bit like cake. Like the middle, I think, is a cream colored or a pink, and then the bottom is like brown. Right, yeah, Police Station, and then Police Station also, I guess, a different shade of green and like tan. Really great performer. But here's an interesting little tidbit for the investors and speculators tuned in, as well as the building fans. What's design-wise the difference between Police Station and Bookstore? And now, as I say this, it doesn't make sense, but one overperformed, Police Station, and Bookstore kind of underperformed. Going back a couple years, Corner Garage, slow start. And then, so look at this year. You have a Boutique Hotel, which is, I believe, a corner modular. And then you have your Jazz Club, the other one, which is a street modular. Seems like street modulars do a little bit better than corners, all things equal. So just kind of an interesting observation. You still want to look at shelf life, out-of-stock performance, number of Amazon sellers, their Keep It chart, sales history. But yeah, just as one kind of fun or more like less analytical, less data-focused approach, you could look at, is this building a corner and a side thing? Like, there's so many different ways to slice up the data, and that's what's one of the things that makes Lego investing so interesting. Getting a little hot here. On with our feet build. So, retirees, yeah, to be honest, I'm not really deploying a lot of investing capital just yet. I really didn't get anything for May the 4th. I spent like $300 for May the 4th in total, like in May, in the month of May total, we'll say. Need to get my funding in order. I have to figure out disaster loan situation because, as you guys know, my inventory was destroyed in the fire. So I got to figure. Basically, I got to. Well, and it was uninsured. So basically, I need to restart. But in doing that, I need to borrow money basically. So it's through Small Business Administration. It's a disaster loan. It's a pretty good loan. But I just have to make sure that I can qualify and actually get that set up before I obviously can deploy any capital, because I won't have any funds to deploy beyond what I can set away from the day job, which at the moment is not much. Just bought a whole bunch of camera equipment, so can't be don't have unlimited money, right? It's kind of an interesting part of the instructions. You just put it there. Okay. But there are a lot of sets this year that have potential, I would say. I'm going to shrink this instruction just a little bit. Nice. Actually, what if we go to the other side? Sure, let's do that. Let's try that. No, that's not good. Let's put it back. Far from professional here, but hey, we're having fun. What was I saying? Yeah, once I get my finances sorted out, there will be lots of promising sets to buy, including Brick Domain. I think you know of one that's top secret. I think on Discord we ran into one of those. So stay tuned. I'm not gonna be the first to mention it. Okay, Brickbite. Wow, what a message. My Prime Day buys included Tudor Corner at 21%. That's interesting. It's not retiring, but for personal, sure thing. Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech. Okay, wow, you're really giving away. We gotta get a brick set, tab pulled up. We gotta research these live. Okay, a couple of Ninjagos, $90 for both, so that's 45 a piece, average. Retro Radio. Okay, this gotta be for personal, but 25% off. Nice deal. And Land Rover Defender at 25%. I think another sand green set, right? Sand green. Is that one retiring? I think it might be. I believe it is. Those seem like fine pickups. A lot of them aren't retiring, but if you want those sets for personal, those seem like fine prices. If you don't want to wait until Black Friday to get those 30% offs and such. Humpy Dragon. As LEGO has grown as a company, why haven't pieces become cheaper? With more factories built, more sales too. You feel like fixed costs should go down, not up. Very good point. I would adjust your statement and say that fixed costs go up and down. To some degree, energy, for example, putting energy into the factory to run the machines and heat up the plastic, that price will fluctuate. Long-term trends, you also have things like inflation adjustments. You have inflation, of course, so all your costs are kind of inflating at a slow rate, but I see what you're saying. Generally, you're saying LEGO's building more factories and has more sales, therefore they should drive some efficiencies and they should be able to get their fixed costs down. Possibly that's happening. I think to some degree it might be. But mostly I think LEGO's getting a little lazy, possibly, with the piece innovation. As the lightning rod issue, we could talk about stickers and UCS sets. It's just clearly a corner is being cut and the product is suffering. but we're still being charged a premium price. So it's like we're paying too much and we're not getting the best quality anymore on the 24 and a lot of the 25 sets. So, you know, are people still going to want those Galactic Marines and the Kiadi Mundi and those Battle Pack yellow clones and Bakara or whoever? Like, yes, but will they still command a high value someday? If they stay exclusive, I think yes, but to me the danger is, does the quality get too low on, like, say, minifigures, and then it kind of, the whole bottom comes out of the collecting world, I guess, or like the hobby. Oh, what's up? We have we have 2 streams of comments. That's so. I gotta get the plugin that combines them. Sorry about my vertical comments. What's up, George Steely? Hey, dude, you started looking for pieces for your '07 clone battle pack. Same style of clones. Yeah, man, these clones are awesome. These clones are awesome. These are some of my faves. Mr. V8, what are we doing today? We are building this set right here. I guess I spoiled it. Probably shouldn't have shown it. It's been there the whole time. And we're hanging out and we're talking about Lego investing. The reason it's $45 is because collectors will buy it regardless. Well, true. Shop Power. Shep, you checked Amazon. Is that Netherlands? New Zealand? NL? I don't know. Most retiring sets have 30 to 50. That seems like a lot for not the U.S. marketplace, but oh my gosh! Last time I gotta get a base plate here. That's what I should do. That seems like a lot of sellers for a unique market. But oh my gosh, so hard to stand figs up without a base plate. But don't push them down or you'll crack the legs. Okay, back to our build. Yeah, new sets. I mean, we have one of the turbo tank, and I'm happy we get one, but I just don't really think I can afford what they want to ask or anything close to it. Brickbite, you feel that due to shrinkflation, we need to get those those UCS style sets, yeah, ASAP before things go micro scale. That's funny, man. That's really funny. I mean, midis are coming out, you know, $50, $60, $70. The midi scale Attentive, for one, been on crazy sale. Your Kylo Ren shuttle, the Acclimator, I mean, there's a whole series. Those guys are kind of where your medium scale playsets used to be at $50. Like the 2008 Blue Clone Wars AAT was $50, and like a playset, and had 7 minifigures or something, and is one of the greatest sets. I mean, it's a top 20 Lego Star Wars set, right? Top 50 at least. So it's an all-time great. That was $50 with, I guess, with stickers, but like that used to buy you a decent-sized playset, and now it buys you, you know, Kylo Ren's shuttle for $70. My goodness. All right, this is an exciting step. We're going to fold our legs and stand right up. And I screwed up somehow. Aha! Okay, I see what I did. We're gonna figure this out together as a homework lesson, a physics lesson. We have our 2x1 plates on the wrong side. They need to be at the knee and they were at the hip. So let's fix that up. Yeah, the UCS ATST looks pretty good as well, I will say. All right, looking good. I think that's, I can't remember the price off the top of my head, but it seems a little downscaled maybe from the prior UCS ATST. But that was like, that prior one came out like '06. Fun fact, my first UCS set was that ATST. And at the time, I didn't really understand what the point of UCS was, so I was like, I built the set at a terrible, it was really difficult for like, let's see, 10-year-old or 11-year-old me to build it. And I was like, this is a great display, like it's huge, but I was so caught up on the scale as it related to my other play sets. I was like, this walker is much too powerful. It completely dwarfs my clone turbo tank and even my AT-AT. So like, but I was like, oh, I mean, obviously I knew that, okay, it's overscaled, but when that was my only UCS set, I was like, man. Has that been my only UCS set? No. I've owned that '06 ATST, and I've owned a couple of UCS AT-ATs, the $850 40 minifigure holding beast. I've owned that twice and sold it both times because it's just too big. I used to have to put it on top of the bookshelf. So that's the thing about UCS. They're really, really cool, but man, if you want to collect 3 or 4 or 5 of them, when you display them, they do look amazing, but they just take up so much space. And if you live in a small apartment like I do, it's just not sustainable. So ultimately, that's why I choose to collect minifigures. In fact, I want to show off more of my minifigures coming in content soon, but just to show one I think from last time as well. Greedo here from our '03 Cantina. I think he's like a $70 minifigure, something like that. So I am a little bit of a connoisseur, you could say. Humpy Dragon, you love the Bricklink sets and you wonder if LEGO would use the same crowdfunding program for unique minifigs and different themes that have CMF level detail. Would be great for the niche characters. Sure. I don't really follow CMF, so I've encountered maybe 10 or 20 like during sorting through bulk minifig lots, but I don't collect the CMFs, and I also don't invest in them, I guess, so to me it's not, I don't really even pay attention to those. But I've seen a couple with pretty cool detail. Would be great for niche characters like in Star Wars or just pop culture LEGO figures? Like, So back to our build. The mantra of today's stream. Oh wow, interesting. On step 9, the little gray antenna goes on. And on step 10, our blaster, old school Clone Wars style blaster, gets stuck on the side. Well, it's clear that figs have become such a big part of the collecting hobby, and it's kind of worrisome to me a little bit. Like, as much as it drives demand for LEGO, it does kind of shift for that part of the community a lot of the valuations away from the kind of the set, which I guess is cool, and I'm all for it. It's just like, if we're going to be collecting these things and paying crazy prices, give us quality, LEGO. Give us the top of the top. Give us like starched cloth waistcapes and commas and pauldrons that are accurate and printing that is consistent and bright and color matching. Like, these are all things that have been done, that can be done, that just we gotta, I don't know what's going on. They're just cheaping out too much. Okay, it seems I may have lost a Technic pin. Very unfortunate. So we're going to steal one. This guy right here must have dropped one. I'm sure I have an extra, but just very common part. The UCS is the best of the August wave. The ATST, you mean? The next best is MTT. MTT, it's close to the turbo tank in terms of how overpriced it is. I think in terms of like how much of a ripoff it feels like, the MTT feels better to me. Just because it's not as embarrassingly disappointing as the turbo tank in terms of size. So now I didn't need to. I just found my Technic pin. I had mistakenly put it in, yeah. Shoot. Dropping more parts. I told you, that comes off all the time. So we'll put that back together. Don't tell me. I lost another part? This is a joke. Am I punking myself? What's happening? Shoot, man. What? No, yeah. I dropped it. You hate to see it. Dang, I really... Well, good thing I have 2 copies, that's what I'll say. Because now we're up to here in our build. Oh, wait, no, that definitely does not look right. I made it like a lowrider style. We gotta go into the other... up high. And we're good. So now we move on to our last major sub-assembly. So those sets, I'll buy them in 2 years for $100, is what I'll say. You know, for the price that I want to pay, that I think is fair. And I'm sure that will happen at some point. I'm all but certain that both these sets, you can mark my words, come back to this in 2 years, will be available for $100 if you stack some discounts. So I'll get them. And yeah, I'm gonna take these 2 parts, clip them together. Very cool. Printed part, by the way. Lego, take notes. So we go from our thing, and then you kind of build a little swivelly thing. Fun fact, this red Technic nozzle here that I just dropped and also caught, super weird part. Kind of rare, I think, used to be. Kind of expensive. Not rare, but just more than a couple of cents on Bricklink. I recall piecing together out of some bins this set a couple times. And yeah. So there we go. Comes with a little nozzle ready to go. And then it pops on. Cha-ching. We need the little Lego Star Wars the video game sound effect. Hit that there. And then step 15. Sadly, I do not have this part on either of these walkers. My other copies had it, but I don't have those copies anymore. So sadly, oh my gosh, I'm dropping so many parts. Sadly, that's the end of our build. So from step 15, we just go to our alt builds, and that's really that. We'll talk about those other sets later. But that's really that. So, as promised in our thumbnail, we did get our... Oh, they're going to completely fall over. We did get... we delivered everything that was promised. I guess we can pose a couple more... couple more clones in the top. Prices for Lego are truly outrageous. If you see a sale deal on the $1,000 Death Star, it will be the price of an AT-AT. That's true, I guess. That's true. And that AT-AT was certainly expensive at $850, but if you look at the engineering that went into that, like, it's not extortionate. It's less complaint worthy than the $160 turbo tank and MTT. What's up, lobsters? From our streams. You're from Netherlands. Yeah, for shop power. You'd like to sell on Amazon, but high competition and fees make it less appealing. Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace has fewer sellers and no fees, but you can't move 20 of the same set. That's true, yeah. The best advice I can give is just diversify more, just spread more. Start selling at garage sales and shows and different, wherever. Bricklink, eBay, Amazon, Walmart. If you're in Netherlands, you probably don't have Walmart, but you may have a different local marketplace. There's always outlets and places to sell your stuff. Lego's a pretty worldwide hobby. Price differences between some themes are also pretty absurd. Ninjago is around 8 to 10 cents a piece. Star Wars is now close to 20. Yeah, I mean, there's always variability with that, but generally, yeah, Star Wars, you do pay a high PPP. And yeah, question we get so much, like both Kevin and I, is Lego investing saturated? Is the market too crowded now, and is there still opportunity? The answer is always like, or it's some variation of that question, like a post. Like, is the game over? And the answer is like, if you're buying what was hot a year or two ago and what everyone's talking about, like, yes, there will be decreased opportunity there, but don't think about the Lego market as the Lego market. Think about the Lego market as 400 retiring SKUs this year. Some are going to be oversupplied, sure. Others are going to be undersupplied. And so it's really, you have to look at the market on a set-by-set basis, is what I'm trying to say. Hey DG, did I ever have any of the Halo Mega Blocks? Around 2012, they were making a solid product. I looked at those. I never had any. I never really gave Mega Blocks much of a shot. I had a couple, but never any Halo ones, and I didn't like them. I pretty much donated them to the thrift store at like 12. So yeah, no Halo Mega Blocks for me. What else? UCS ATST. Okay, so we can break down and build the set again, or let's just hang out. There's no need to build it again. We could look at an alt build if we wanted to consider making this Scorpion here. Let's give it a try, because I think this can be done with just the parts in one box, right? I don't think that would ever do an alt build. Like, it just looks, this weird Scorpion thing on page 19, the instruction just looks bizarre. So yeah, there are other new sets to buy. I mean, the V19, way too small. But that's a cool. I mean, it's a cool set. I might get it for personal. I'll certainly keep a sealed copy for investment on that V19 in a couple years, because there's no telling how much longer it could be once that's, or until that's remade again, since we've only seen it once before. And you got your battle pack, of course, which is somehow $45. Crazy. I'll get one, but I'll get one on 20% off, you know, or I'll just buy the figures I want on eBay, you know, after a couple months. For those that remember, the Clone and Droid battle pack, $30, that launched, I think, like, was that the beginning of 24 that it launched? With the shock troopers and the tri-droid. Super scarce for the first few weeks and months, like the first 6 months, I'd say. Now 20% off, and getting to be kind of common at that price. So for personal, like, the best way, Lego makes so much money off people getting hyped about the new releases and, like, just paying full price. And if you can just wait a year, you can usually save yourself some serious money. Brickbite says you and Kev, meaning KDX Bricks Analytics, should have a joint live build session. Not sure what would be the unanimous pick, though. Like, for a set to build, a retiring set, or a vintage set. I'd be down. Fly him out here, or we can do it virtually. Everything moves in cycles. Some years go really well, while others are slower. I mean, wow, that's kind of a microcosm for everything. But yeah, with Lego and with investing, like, certainly. The whole market, I mean, is basically a pendulum. So things get too far out of whack, and behavior changes, manufacturing behavior and customer behavior, and, you know, things find an equilibrium. And then what other sets were announced? I guess the Jango Fett's Starship, like Boba Fett's Slave One recolor, $70. Seems pretty steep to me. And so, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the review yet. I haven't really looked that closely, but it seems kind of high, especially when Boba's was 18 months ago. Boba Fett's Starship was $50 MSRP for 600 parts. So talk about price per piece. Star Wars these days is trending toward 15 or 20 cents, but that Boba Fett's Starship, I think, like 600 parts for $50, so 8 cents a piece, 8.5 cents. So, pardon me, just goes to show you, like, there is still value if you can find it in the Star Wars lineup, of course. So let's make this as large as possible. Of course, I'm trying to make the build with the tiniest image. I didn't think about the fact that working with such old parts, it's possible I may stick two together in a way that that will take some prying to undo. So, kind of starting at the front of this scorpion build thing. Oh my gosh. Wow, compliments to the designers. This is just so weird. Is there a... I wonder... The camper says, wait, you have a question. Ask your question, man. We're here all afternoon. Yeah, I'd be down to do a joint build with Kevin. We could pick a vintage set. Or a modern set. For a stream, I mean, if we're going to be chit-chatting about stuff, it has to be kind of a smaller build. Unless we... No, Kevin's so busy is the thing. Just with... He has a big life outside of making LEGO videos, so... he's just a busy guy. So it might be kind of hard to find scheduling for that, but it's a cool idea, and I'm not opposed to a little 2-hour, 1-hour thing. Yeah, life's busy, and it's just hard to find time for Brick Talk, even to record. Okay. I'm going to start building these kind of wings on the sides. I'm assuming this thing is symmetrical. If it's not, then they've done me very dirty. Okay, actually we should knock off some parts by making the little snail thing. Which it seems... Yeah. Which it seems I can't make. 1 second. I think I might have. Oh yeah. All right, we found a couple of parts that aren't really from the set, but off color, same designs. Oh my goodness. All right. Alright, if we look at the wings of this thing, I'm pretty sure that's what we're looking at. Yeah. Wrong wedge plate. Assuming a 2x4 goes under there, and then something like that. Might be easier to build this build if I had my... Oh no, I screwed it up. Oh my... Dude, I literally started building the wings of the top one. Dude. Maybe, I think I might rather build that one, honestly. Like, it's not as weird as the Scorpion thing, but Scorpion thing, it's like a dark picture. It's just hard to tell. I think I'd rather build the wing thing on top. Let's do that. I was like, wait, this is weird. Why isn't it working? Talking about deals, it is ironic that Lego had the best deals. Oh, like Shop at Home? Yeah, the Shop at Home deals this last week have been pretty unbelievable. So how does the how does the little 1x4 wedge even stay on there? It must be underneath, right? It must be like a 1x4 with the little green 1x2 on the tip of the wing. But like, okay, so there must be like probably a tan piece like that underneath, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, and then our canopy for the top. There's no telling how it's connected in the middle. Could be any kind of 2x2. And then on the bottom it looks like the red hinge. Oh, in the top. Okay, it's actually attached on the top. Ah, tragic. Just like that, we've broken a hinge. Very sad. That's alright, I've got a couple extras. Oh, you meant this past week? Yeah, Lego deals. Yeah, Daily Bugle for 20%. Crazy deal there. In fact, what we could do is pull up some of those deals. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, members save your insider's price. So Milky Way is on back order. That one's not retiring. Motorized Lighthouse, 25% off. So from 300 down to 225. Pretty good deal on back order. Bugle is at 20%, so from 350 to 380. Viking Village down to 97 and change. That's not bad. Your Disney Tribute is on 75, but it's available 63 on Amazon. So I'd get it there. Blacktron, yeah, that's just 20%. There's no way. A lot of these are kind of nothing much. A couple Friends sets. Is this a Friends Duplo, or not even Duplo, just a Friends Castle Bed and Breakfast? I haven't looked at Friends yet. I don't believe there's anything exclusive or special about these. Although you do get 2.5, you do get 2x points and a 20% off. So, or even a 25% in the case of KK's concert at the Plaza. But no. This almost looks like a white Blacktron. What do you mean a white Blacktron? This Walker? Oh, you're saying about the alt build. I honestly don't know what you're mentioning, but I guess I don't really follow. Yeah, so here's our GWP. Oh, okay. Well, there's the ice cube tray GWP, and I guess the old GWP is done for. Oops. So yeah, some Wednesday sales. Wednesday on Enid, we talked about that on Brick Talk. Travel Moments, Good Fortune, 30%, but those have been super deeply discounted elsewhere. I guess that's it for your sale. Oh, 50% off for Magnifico. Wow, that is unusual. Very rare you see 50% off direct from Lego. I wonder if that comes with extra VIPs. No, just standard VIP. Okay. Well, in any case. Okay, there's really not a way to like optimize the layout. We'll just manage. The alt build looks like Blacktron, white Blacktron. I'm not seeing it. Maybe like gray, like Kashyyyk Clone Scoutwalker Blacktron. I guess light colored, yeah. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm actually building the right alt build so I don't try to build two in a row. Or two concurrently with not enough parts. Technically, if I had this second walker complete, we could make both of these alt builds. But I'm not that organized. In fact, I'm stealing from my spare walker to harvest the parts. But for sales, I mean, there's been a lot more sales. I'm gonna have a video out, or in fact, our next Brick Talk episode. I'll just spoil it. We will be talking about Prime Day deals and what people picked up, as well as how we think those sets will do. So be sure to like, subscribe, and smash that like button and no, okay, yeah, that's all. Okay, I can't seem to separate. Got it. Fingernails. No need for the brick separator. So I guess I'm going to build just the mirror image of this wing, as much as possible. Oh my goodness. Lego has removed the points info on Shop at Home from below and placed it in a much smaller font to the right of the set pictures? No, I have not noticed that. Let's check it out. I mean, to me, let me share this screen. Okay. So this fun little. Wait, I gotta be over here. Fun little new set right here I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but it's a castle. Looks really cool. Oops. And rather than having the point info down in this 18 plus line with the pieces and the item number, they now have the points over on the right side. I'll say, I mean, I don't hate it. It's a little bit closer to the point of purchase being the price, so to me it kind of makes sense. I'm not super mad at it. Alright, back over to this side. Set the guys up at least. Yeah, they're not found with the main stats anymore. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, like I said, I don't hate the new spot. It kind of makes sense there, but I see what you mean about it being a little confusing, especially if they don't tell anybody. Maybe they did tell anybody. They put out an announcement. Probably not. The font is much smaller. I guess it is much smaller. It is in blue though. I mean, right? It's it's like a little icon. Maybe it's my zoom. Yeah, okay, it is much smaller. You're right. Yeah. I guess they're hoping people don't realize how many VIP. I mean, to me, it's kind of counterintuitive. If I were the manufacturer wanting to sell more, wouldn't I want to flash the rebates in your face and say, well, you get this many VIP points? Like, it doesn't make sense to shrink it on purpose. So, can't imagine that's what's happening. Alright, so on our alt build, like, it's so shadowy down here. And I'm sure with this, an alt build this small, that there would be, like, internet records of other people that built this. Just to see. God, this is so weird. Down in the for the base part, like the base plate platform on this, it's so shadowy and hard to see. I'm gonna try and do it just off of one picture, and we'll just see what we come up with. There's too much real estate below the shop at home info. Once again, I haven't looked too closely at it. Okay, so we're kind of building our platform here with so do we think it's this? Do we think the like, is that it? I think it is. Short Stormtrooper said hello. What's up, man? Or person, whoever. Okay, we've obviously got that there. think that's this black part in the shadow there. It's so hard to see anything. Is that, it looks like it's so hard to see. Oh no, that's not it. That's too chunky. Okay. I'm beginning to see why they stopped doing alt builds. They're just like without instructions. So how would you even do this? Like, it's a cool idea. Maybe that's the whole point, is just to get these alt builds are just supposed to get you like thinking. Okay, now it's obvious from the picture that we're using the single-sided hinge, but what's not obvious is which side gets the long part and which side gets the short part. So oh, it's got to be the short part on the wing, because no, it's the long part. Oh shoot, wow. Because underneath comes a little wingtip holding a little tan. Okay. Well, holding a little something. Holding a little clip that I don't have. Hold, please. Stay tuned. I know I have this clip. Okay, I don't have the clip. Sadly, I don't have the clip. But in any case, I think we're doing pretty well. Okay? We're doing well there. It's been so long since I did an alt build. It's fun though. I was thinking of doing a video on alt builds, something like, just reviewing the craziest alt builds throughout the ages. Something new. Something different. Okay, so we're up to that. We've got that. Got that, and we've got this. The points replacement, Brickbite, to continue this thread, the points replacement might be to reinforce full price perception. Essentially, you may want us to buy Lego for the experience, not for the cashback. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole like a textbook on whether you offer an upfront discount or a rebate in the form of VIP points or Kohl's Cash or something like that. So there's different like fall-on effects for both, and I think Lego obviously goes for some of both. It seems that regularly they like to give more of a rebate in the form of VIP points or a GWP. They rarely put sets on sale. They rarely put more than a couple dozen of their catalog on sale at any one time. That's all, of course, past data. So in the future, with these higher and higher and higher MSRPs, we could see Lego pivot from that strategy, and we could see them do a lot more higher MSRPs and actually Lego discounts straight on Shop at Home. So just have to wait and see. Yeah, like full price perception, you were saying. Okay. Back to our build. It's so shadowy here. You know what? I'm gonna do a quick Google search just to get a little bit of a cheat sheet for what this alt build is supposed to be like. Is it a land speeder or a flying creature? Interesting. All right. It's a miscolored black axle piece, but similar vibe. Oh, interesting. So I had my platform kind of one stud too far back. Oh my gosh. Crumbling before my eyes. Okay, where'd that bounce? Aha. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Gross. Bunch of hair. Okay. I think we're a little closer. We're backwards. In October, we shall see the return of the black VIP card for the DS. I'm just gonna be honest. I do not. None of that made sense to me. Please explain. How are we supposed to? Soundwave was officially revealed. Oh, you're talking about Transformers? Oh yeah, I don't know anything about Transformers. Sorry. Limited bandwidth for nerdy stuff, and it's already kind of full in there. Wow, this is really difficult to build. Certainly more than I expected. Alright, maybe it's that. It's hard to see. Hard to say. Okay, what in the world? Oh, this thing is bizarre. The construction on this. Oh, what in the world? I'm watching a YouTube from like 10 years ago. Okay, that's interesting. We got some of this going on. Okay. Nice. We got that. Other wing, looking good. They go together like this. So now the question becomes, what next? Oh, what am I looking at? Sorry, it's for the shorts viewers, it's not showing up on stream. But this is what I'm looking at. In fact, maybe I can put it there. Yeah. Remember when the UCS Falcon was released back in 2017? They offered buyers a black VIP card. Oh, really? I had no idea about that. I guess 2017, yeah, when that UCS Falcon first came out, I was kind of in my dark ages. I wasn't really following the LEGO scene that much. Released back in 2017, yeah. A black VIP card. Oh, they phased it out after 1 year. Oh, I thought you meant it was like good until this day. Yeah, that would be crazy if they if they gave you like a 7-year or 8-year life with this VIP card. So it gave you double points on all sets, it sounds like, because if it gave you just double what they offered, you could get sets at double times double, 4x, or even like 8x points, which would be crazy. I'm sure it didn't do that. But that would be crazy. That's a lot of VIP points. Okay, this is a very interesting build. It was so dark in this picture, like how, if I were a kid in 2005, when this set was released, how would I feel not being able to build that? Because I can't see into the shadows. Alright, so I got this mostly right. To say generously. This set is so weird. So weird. Okay, we figured it out. We figured it out mostly. Is this meant to be a flyer, this thing? Or a floater? What does this thing do? Huh. Okay. Starting to look a little bit like a a regular object. That is so strange. Okay. Yeah, investing. Interesting times. New releases. More interesting times. Oh, see, people have built. If you Google this set and put alt build, people just have built it totally differently. No consensus. That's pretty good. Any new hot takes? Brick Domain, that's funny. You know, I was thinking, I was rewatching that episode with you and all of your spicy, medium spicy takes. And there was a take that I forgot to include. And it's been bugging me ever since then. I'll let you know if I think of it. Because I most definitely have more spicy hot takes to give. Okay, it's all coming together. What about you, Brian? You got any hot takes? I need to fill this dead air with something, and I could really use a hot take right about now. I'll send you a Zoom. You can go live. You can hop on. All right, interesting. Interesting build here. We're really getting there. But man, is this difficult. Even with, like, YouTube instructional images. Oh my gosh, did we do it? No, we did not do it. This thing is so flimsy. That's hilarious, dude. It's so flimsy, like I gotta figure out a way to make it stronger. Okay, so to put this piece on and like bind the two halves so it doesn't just totally, oh no, so much weight. Oh shoot, I see what it is. So this little axle pushes up too much, and it has a tendency, it seems, to push this. I mean, I moved it back once there, but it has a tendency to push the whole assembly off and just like destroy it. Brick Domain, you've got a hot take. Let me put this down. I'm going to put down my set for this. The retirement list is locked in, other than 1 or 2 LEGO exclusive sets that could get swapped out for each other. Oh. Say more. Say more. Like Santa's Sleigh, the holiday exclusive, might get pulled back. I mean, are we talking a modular retirement switch here? That would be big news. Tell me more. But the alternate part of that hot take is that the Star Wars list, or for the most part, like the themed lists are correct and complete. Might I take that to mean that Harry Potter is going to have all those 18-month shelf life 2024 sets retire? Like the Durmstrang ship, like just the whole rest of that line. Because if that's what you're saying, then man, don't miss them. Disney Castle, not sure it's retiring. Yeah, that one, I kind of stay away from Disney Castle. I would think if that does retire, that it will. They'll have a new version coming out not too long after. I have the same fear with a Playscale X-Wing. As soon as the, what's it called, Rebuild the Galaxy Mix and Mash TIE Fighter gets discontinued, I mean, you know they're going to come out, or I said TIE Fighter. TIE Fighter and X-Wing gets discontinued, you know they're going to come out with another standalone X-Wing in the next year or two. And it'll probably be micro scale, shrunk down, and $80 at the current trend. So we'll see. So I think I missed some steps for sure, but just in the interest of completing this. Check that out. As I hold it up, it's certainly going to come apart. Oh my gosh. That's pretty sick. You got to give it to the 2005 fan designer. You know? It's all right. Got the little guy in there. further autofocus problems, but we get the picture. That's pretty cool. I have to do some more alt builds. All right, challenge 2, the weird scorpion thing. No, absolutely not. Brick Domain, Brian. In 23, there were no changes after June, and in 24, there were no changes after June, other than a couple LEGO exclusives. Yeah, I'm trying to think last year of 24, what those changes were. There was the big Star Wars wave in May, and then I think a few more changed in June. But, yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. But there were a few surprise retire. I'm trying to think what those were 8 months ago. And any surprise pushbacks as well. Can't think of any at the moment. I think Santa's Sleigh may have been on there. Maybe that was from 23. It got pushed. Yeah, a couple exclusives. Maybe not Gringotts. In fact, Gringotts is retiring, I think. Let's have a look, actually. How do we do this? Okay, I'll take those away. Put those up. Yep. So... yeah. Oh, no, Gringotts. So interesting. Gringotts is July of 26 currently. So yeah, we'll just have to see. But for your Harry Potter, check it out. Your icons. So the giant Hedwig, Gringotts next year. Yeah, Diagon Alley looks to be on its way out. I'm sure it's kind of like Disney Castle. They're already remaking the more of that. But let's see. Move this over. So everyone can see. I don't know how to get this so that it shows on the vertical stream. Oh well. But, whoops. Yeah, I mean, let's look at our Harry Potter sets. Dobby with the birthday cake. The new Hogwarts Express with the station, $130. Your Castle Boathouse playset, one to look at. Buckbeak, super fugly, but we have to look at the, what was it? Expecto Patronum from the year prior. The blue, was that a Target exclusive? I don't remember. I don't think it was. That one did really well. I think it was an exclusive. The Owlry, haven't even looked at that for a little playset. Potions class, the Mandrake, buildable Mandrake. I think that one we should keep an eye on. Aragog, pass on that one. The building, Madame Malkin's robes. Brian, you're someone who made a lot of money last year on the Target exclusive Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, which was a building, but it was also Target exclusive. So, looking forward to, as we look forward to, where was it? Ollivanders and Madame Malkin's robes, we want to keep an eye on it. But we also want to be cautious because it's not an exclusive. Actually, yeah, robes is 2025. Yeah. Cool stuff. Wow, I'm so happy with this build. Malkin's robes is garbage. I haven't even really looked. I guess we could look at the shop at home listing for it, right? Do a little live. Let's try that. See what we can do. Okay. I mean, it's two buildings. It's the same box size. But it's garbage for sales data, you mean? I mean, that library looks pretty cool there. This one? I guess it's a library of wands, right? Like a, yeah. Just a cluttered, claustrophobic shop. I remember the scene from the movie. I think he goes back a couple times. Yeah, it's a set. You can play with it. I guess I would love to look at Amazon data, but I don't want to. I think I'm signed into Amazon. I don't want to, whatever, mess with that. I'll look off stream at the Amazon data. Yeah, selling 200 plus a month in the last month. Sales velo is not good at full price. I mean, we could look at the Camel 3X, right? There's no like login sensitive data for that. Let's have a look. Let's do a little live camel analysis. Get my, come on. Yeah, okay. Here we are. 16 sellers at the moment, you're saying? Okay, we'll go back to the Amazon. I don't know if that comes through on stream. Probably doesn't. Yeah, 16 sellers. Okay, so we're looking at it at the same time. But yeah, looking at our camel chart. Whoops, okay. No, I mean, never on sale. Let's check out the third parties. A little bit under, like 9 or 10% under MSRP. We can see in the blue there, bottom right. $81 current third party price. You know, I've seen worse. We could look on eBay. I mean, I don't think I want to sign in because it's gonna, have my personal account and stuff on there. But somebody look on eBay, or if you're at home and you're following along, like do your own research. Look at your eBay. Look at your Bricklink sales data. Look at a Keep a chart. You can look at a free Keep a chart. Look at the part out value. Look at our exclusive figures. In fact, let's have a look at those. Six figures, 5 unique. Not an exclusive. Ollivander himself, he's exclusive. Little Harry Potter, those are never worth anything. Malkin, okay, Madam Malkin for hers. Padma Patil, oh, I remember that. It's all coming back. I'm not like a super Harry Potter nerd, but I have read all the books and seen all the movies, so I guess I am a Harry Potter nerd. A witch and a wizard, okay, unnamed, interesting. And those are exclusive so far. So not a ton of value, but again, it's Harry Potter. We we don't pay a ton of attention to minifigures. It's not bottom tier, but it's not your precious. What is a WWW? A white whale? A what? I don't know. Is that like a rating? AAA bond grade rating for a Lego set. Hey, Jersey. Best sets retiring this year. Well, I talked about a couple earlier. I think a lot of what's on sale now, honestly, has good potential. I meant what I said last Brick Talk when I talked about the Disney camera. $100, the Disney 100 camera. That's currently available on Amazon for $63, which matches the all-time low from a couple Black Fridays ago, or last Black Friday, I think. So, and that's scheduled to, I believe that's scheduled to retire. Let's check it out. Yeah, it is. Gone as high as like 130. We talked about in my last Brick Talk with Kevin with KDX. So that's very promising. Sales or sets you can get right now. Daily Bugle for 20% on back order from Lego. I mean, we talked about that last Brick Talk as well. I think Bugle has promise. It is a high price point, so you got to watch out for fraudulent returns, and it's also kind of in the spotlight. So I'd watch out for that. Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. I got it. That's what WWW is. You got tired of typing it out every time last year? Yes. It is much too long to type out. Yeah, I should have put that together. I don't know. From context, you did love that set, and you do love that set, and I think you had quite a few of that set. I know you made money on it. So, kudos to you. Good job. Well done. I had only three, and I don't think I got to sell them. I think I lost them. They were part of my inventory. But, good set. What were we talking about? Promising sets this year. Best retiring this year. I haven't looked that closely at Lighthouse. We could, the motorized Lighthouse. Yeah. 21335. It's retiring at the end of this year. Only 2,000 parts for a $300 set. Not very good, but some potential there. I won't be getting one for personal. As great as it looks, probably don't have the space. Although, with as much space as I have up on the top of the bookshelf, I mean, if it fits a UCS AT-AT, how does it? Does it? You'd think it would fit that lighthouse too, right? How tall is the lighthouse? So yeah, lots of promise with this year. Which other platforms am I live on? Shop Power. I am just live on YouTube right now and YouTube Shorts. That's why we're kind of trying to manage to stream layouts, I guess. Yeah, I'm kind of new to live streaming. I just thought it would be something fun to do, a little more off the cuff. A little more off the cuff, like kind of just hanging out, answering questions, interacting. I love to write and research like really analytical videos and make them persuasive and like kind of make video essays, like arguing for why I think certain sets will do well or not well. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of edit time, and this is a lot more kind of casual, just hanging out, looking at things live. I mean, there's other things we can look at. A retirement list is certainly one. The personal collection is certainly one. We could look at new sets. In fact, let's do that. Let's just jump into it. I wonder if I can filter by theme. I can. Okay. I'm trying to pick the right window to share. It's not working. So let's look at coming soon. Let's look at our Star Wars sets. For some reason they're not showing up. Okay, there we go. Just zoom out. Oh my goodness. I didn't even see this Force Burner Snowspeeder. I hadn't even seen that. Okay. Is this from something? $55. Is this 4+? It's 7+. Those better be prints. Those flame prints. I mean, that's cool, but this must be like canonical. Otherwise, why would they have a stab and a snowspeeder? Like, or is this part of Rebuild the Galaxy? Is this like a original to the IP? Hard to say. Okay, anyway. Back to our turbo tank. Let's just open up all the tabs. V19, Jango Fett's, MTT. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's a lot there. See if we can get this. Yeah, I need a better. I need a better setup. I'll get a better setup next time. The obvious source of disappointment is that price over there. $160 for this. Yeah, I have thoughts. Yeah. It's just so tiny. I mean, show me those figs. Yeah, the figs look great. Really good spider droid there, dwarf spider. Especially. And just like the right, it's just right. It's good. We don't need a giant. So I don't know. They're continuing to do what they always do, which is burn up too much of the budget on side builds that are also too small. It is Rebuild the Galaxy, yeah. I mean, I love a turbo tank, obviously, but I don't know if I love that one. And the ATRT, I mean, it looks kind of similar. Like a shorter version of this one, honestly, and a smaller version from the 2020, the blue one. Yeah, the clones look good. I mean, I guess it's 4. Yeah, the walker looks okay. I mean, yeah. We don't need that. Oh, Brian, if you're still here, Brick Domain, I remembered my hot take. And this is it. Lego is intentionally... Okay, this is a bad example because... Let's find a better example. And the set are oftentimes on top of each other. I think because Lego has the intention of making it that out of their box so that, investors have to look at it out of the box, and that will make people invest less and keep them sealed and instead build the sets as they're meant to be built. This is my hot take. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little bit conspiracy-like, but let's go to, I don't know, any 2024 Star Wars set. All right, so look, new one, no overlap. New one, no overlap. The V19, no overlap. Now, go to the X-Wing, I guess. Okay, bad example. Oh, yeah. Django's fire spray. Look at that. Little overlap there. The wing over the box. I see what they're doing. And you know what else? Okay, Jabba's sail barge, bad example, because that can be clipped out. But man, I'm really choking on stream here. But okay, tentative, that we can cut out. You said yes. It's frustrating that they changed up just giving us the transparent file of just the box. I think the Droidica's guilty of it. Oh, just barely not. The Droidica, you could just barely cut it out. But man, they gotta make me get my Photoshop skills out just to make a thumbnail. It's ridiculous. Okay, for some reason, all these that I'm looking at don't have the problem. Maybe 3PO has it. All right. Well, I'm just embarrassing myself at this point, so I suppose I'll stop. No. Okay. Okay. I'm just like on a mission now. I feel like I have to find one. I'm trying to think. I feel like Giza would suffer from it. Nope. Nope. Aha! Okay. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevi Fountain. Overlap right there. So, anyway, that's my hot take. If you have any hot takes, feel free to drop them in the chat or in the comment section after this is posted. African Savannah diorama. Let's have a look. This was the GWP I was talking about earlier. So, yeah, I don't know. What's it going for? We can have a look. 40787. Looks like it's listed at 35-ish. And this Savannah diorama is selling for 30, 38, 38, 38, 38, 36. Keep in mind, a couple days from now, it could go up or down. I wouldn't be surprised to see it either way. Probably down. But before this, you had the Coral Reef diorama. That's pretty cool. When was this even available? 40783 Coral Reef. Huh. I wonder, yeah, can we see this? No, it won't show it to us. Okay, yeah, so here's our lighthouse. Not a hot take. It's a garbage GWP. I was skeptical after the Jane Goodall Apes GWP from a couple years ago. Didn't turn into much of anything. I thought that was super cool, but like sadly not a lot of people even know, I think, okay, not like know who Jane Goodall is. A lot of people do, but you know, a solid 50% of the population probably doesn't. Of the Lego population, who knows? But I could see why that would be a limited appeal. Yeah, I've seen the Solidbricks review of this. Super cool set. Oh, look at this little movie. Let's watch this. Yeah, look at that. So the wires go up. Yeah, it's all connected. Wow. Yeah, just look at that. So today's price $225. I mean, it's a lot, but it's reasonable. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, the Bugle. Ah, great set. We haven't talked Viking Village, I guess. I've kind of cooled down on that one a lot since it's shown up at Target, and also since just so many castle sets have been coming out with the Bricklink Designer, all kinds of castle sets. It just seems like there's no shortage of castle, and so while this is Target exclusive, I just don't know. On the heels of A-Frame too, it makes me a little nervous. So, but 20, is that 25% off? Is it? Yeah, 20, is it 30% off? What is 97? Wow, that's 30% off of Viking Village. No, it's not. Wait a minute. It's 25%. Yeah. Okay. 97.50 is 25%. Is 75% of 130. Okay, that's strangely really confusing for me. I'm usually pretty good with percentage math like that, but 25% off of your Viking Village. 20% off your Bugle. Yeah, the Village. We could take a look. I think those are prints on the front of the central building there. I forget. I think it's maybe a forge, that central building, or a lot of cool details on this. 2,100 parts for. I mean, honestly, for $100, I'm kind of talking myself into it. I could see the appeal. Cool details. Yeah. Go to the Bugle with a super old style of Shop at Home pictures. They kind of give you the details broken out piece by piece, level by level, and even here figure by figure. They just give you each figure individually, I guess, of maybe just the exclusives, because there's 25 figs. Maybe these are just key figures, not too sure. And then this Apollo roving vehicle, I really haven't looked at that. Blacktron Renegade. Fun story. I was just in Target. For some reason, I had never looked at the box of the Blacktron Renegade. I'd only made videos about it. And when I saw this box in the store, I was blown away at how small it was for this $100 Blacktron Renegade. For some reason, I thought it would be ATTE sized or like jazz quartet sized. That's what I thought it would be. And instead, it's like X-Wing and TIE Fighter sized. It's like Mandalorian Starfighter sized. It's standard medium Lego size, and it just feels. It makes it feel like not a $100 product. So, I've said what I said about that set. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to have long-term demand. But we'll see. Yeah, so getting back here to Lego, you got the tribute camera. Definitely pick that up at Target or Amazon for 37% off. Some people are price matching it at Target, and I guess the Target employees get confused about price match and accidentally price match too much. They give you 30% off, which is down to $49, I think. So if you get lucky with that, you could do better than 37% off. But if they won't match it for you, you're going to have to end up paying tax. Or in any case, with Target, they don't take a tax exemption, so it kind of eats into your discount there. But we looked at this last time on Brick Talk, or 2 times ago actually. The camera's only been at this lower price once before. That was last Black Friday, and it got gobbled up. So in fact, let's look just to see what it's at now. I'm not going to show it on stream because I am signed in. I don't want my my stuff out there. So our boutique hotel, well, okay, sticking with the camera, $63 for the Prime Day deal, $9,000 in the last month. The boutique hotel at basically triple that price, 10,000 baht. So 10,000 of the 160 boutique hotel, 9,000 of the camera at a third the price. Hotel is starting to look pretty good, or maybe just higher liquidity and higher aftermarket volume than the Disney camera. You have your cozy house, 30% off. I've got a couple copies of those right up there. I could get them down, but no need. Getting a lot of questions about this Technic crane, 466 from Amazon. Look at the camel chart, and actually we can do that. Let's look at the camel chart. I can't spell today. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like in December of last year we got our prior lowest price of around 480 to 500. We'll call it 495. And then has it gone back up? Oh, it's gone back up. I think this has been gobbled up, but your lowest Prime Day price, 466. I think this camel chart is just a little bit off. But looking here at the third party, pretty much always below MSRP. Real quick, one time for 800, but this is not something that goes out of stock and you can sell for 50% over MSRP or 30%. BrickBite says the crane is not low enough. Excuse me. You got it a while back at 44% off. That is a great deal. So you would have gotten it for 392 or thereabouts. At 400, I would have to get one. But for online sale, I know this doesn't rely on a lot of minifigures. However, it's still a large price point set, so I wouldn't be too comfortable selling this online, and then going for a local buyer, you'd have to still make a profit. And yeah, I think it's not that you can't make money with this, but it's that there are easier opportunities elsewhere, like I think in the Disney camera. Now I reserve my right to change my mind if that ends up being oversupplied, but I like camera better. Let's go back to our... Was I not even showing that the whole time? Okay, well, in any case, there it is. So the Battle of Fallujah MTT, about 170 more parts than the turbo tank, and it looks a little better. I mean, the troop deployment function only holding 6 droids is a little bit of a crime, especially when the 07 one was just perfect. Like, it doesn't even have to carry out, okay, all 16 droids. It can carry out 10 or 12. Like, 6 is just not enough for an MTT. And Lego has shown us with their pricing structure that they don't consider battle droids to be equal to minifigures, as regarding the way they price their sets. So I don't know. I like it. I will excuse me. I will pick it up for $100, like I said earlier, 2 years from now. You know, for personal. Yeah. We were looking at the turbo tank. I can't wait to watch the review. I can't wait to watch it. Our 327th, we looked at that with our silly, faulty spider droid. Ah, the V19. It just seems tiny. I guess, why do we have Asajj Ventress fighting Obi-Wan there? I don't really... This must be canonical, again. And that new clone pilot helmet, it looks okay. I'm gonna show something from my collection. I'm not a total purist. Sometimes I will kind of customize my figures. The truth is, for this, I have a whole bunch of extra clone pilot helmets from this era, and no helmets for these, whatever they're called, sand green wolf troopers. So, pulling apart my clone display here. I've got a bunch of these. I just like I like custom minifigures, you know? Try and get them all in a shot here. Nice. Yeah. So, big Clone Army fan here. There are already several reviews of the turbo tank. Apparently it falls apart. I have seen that, and I did see the meme of solid bricks scooping it and just lifting the roof off and crumbling it. So I definitely share that. It's a known thing, yeah, and pretty disappointing. I mean, we should have better. We should have better. I'll say that. So finishing up here on the V19, yeah, the old one was awesome. The way the wings folded down, or the side wings would actually activate the center wing to fold down. Really cool. I didn't build this set, the old V-wing. In fact, we could pull it up. Let's spend a second pulling that up. Yeah. 7674 from July of 08 through the next 18 months, basically, to 09. $55 MSRP. That's strange. So earlier I was saying $50 used to be like, you could get a, let's see. You could get this AAT back in the day for $50. With 407 parts, 7 minifigures if you count droids. I guess non-exclusive, but still, look at this. $50 goes for 75 used today, and sealed 220 by the looks of it. But getting back to the V19, yeah, awesome set. Much bigger. I mean, look at the size. And then and then look at the size. It's no comparison. 65 bucks. I mean, not insultingly overpriced, we can say. But not ideal. And just too small. A little too small. I hope these are prints here. I'm not sure if they are. Okay, so it looks like they did keep the play feature, which is really cool. I'm really happy to hear that. Or to see that. But it's just too small. Jango Fett Starship. I want to see a side-by-side comparing this to the Bobas, because this almost looks like a pretty close to a recolor. I'm curious to see how close it actually is. Anyway, available August 1st. So the rumors really were true. We do get a UCS Jango and a Playscale. And so far, no Microfighter, but we'll just have to see. I do like the cart. I mean, it has the same play feature as the Boba, where the cart can set up. Yeah. Alright, that's a little bit loud. Okay, so it kind of sits. Okay, they don't really show it, but there is the stand down there. Yeah, 70 bucks. I mean, this is right on 10 cents per piece, so it's less extortionate, but it's still like, how much better is this really that that it's worth the extra money. So yeah, and then the MTT, we went over the MTT. Oh no, I guess the clone commander, is it Commander Bly? Okay, he is in the MTT. Yeah, so that's Bly with the yellow. That's right. And then Bakara is in the turbo tank, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. So good stuff. Like I said, Kevin and I will definitely have a Brick Talk episode out. No promises, but our next episode in the next 10 days or 2 weeks will be definitely about Prime Day deals. Maybe we'll have it out sooner. You just never know with Kevin. He's a really busy guy. But I think that's going to pretty much do it. I think we're going to wrap the stream up. I have a lot more to share. Of course, I have my whole minifig collection behind me we can go through one day. Lots of builds, lots of alt builds. So, yeah, just lots more to get to. I do have a couple very special sets that I would like to build on stream. But thank you guys for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just nice to talk Lego Star Wars. That's pretty much it. Yeah, like, subscribe, have a great day, be a good person. And I think I'm going to head out, take a nice walk. It's a nice summer day here. So yeah, catch up with you guys later, and thanks for watching. We'll see you later.